I think it's a vast improvement.
Well, welcome YouTube. Been a while, but I've been spending a lot of time on the old SCT, trying to get it presentable, having some issues, as you know, with the vignetting, stuff like that. So I decided to tackle everything, just one thing at a time, spend some time on it, try and get it the best I could. And so let's go look at the first thing I did. Alright, first thing, dew shield. Just printed it out of PETG. I made one piece just a little bit bigger circumference than the other two pieces, so it will fit over the telescope and hit right on the edge here to hold it in securely. I put some flocking material around the outside here to hold it good. I flock the whole inside, so hopefully this will take care of some contrast and reflections off of the corrector plate from the restaurant that shall not be named. Okay. Yeah, it's ugly. I just super glued it together. This part I kind of ran out of filament halfway through and I didn't catch it in time, so kind of had some spaces in it, so I just ran a bead of super glue around the whole outside. It's pretty solid now. On to the next thing. And now for number two. So I noticed that my stars didn't look great, especially in a couple of the corners, so I knew I didn't do the best job on the Collumation, so spent a few nights on that. Did the out of focus star first, tried to get it centered as good as possible, and then pulled out the secret weapon tri-Batenoff mask. Spent a little time on that also. Got my stars looking, well, I got the focus star looking pretty good. I used this also to go on the mask, placed like that, so it would only show one part of it, so only 6 of the points showed at a time instead of 9, which made it a little easier to get them all 3 zeroed in. That looked pretty good. So now we move on to the next part. So the next thing I noticed was that my stars in the corners were kind of radial, I guess you'd call them. So we all know from everything we've learned on the internet that means the sensor's too far away from the flattener. So I bought a bunch of those, set of those spacers, different size, started putting them in, spent a few nights just shortening it up. I finally got down to from like 105 down to 93 millimeters back focus. They still didn't look perfect, but they looked better. The vignetting looked a little better. Although it brought my f-stop up to 6.4 instead of 6.3. So I really didn't want to go any farther. So we're sitting at that, about 93 millimeters. The next thing I attempted was focusing. I was having issues focusing. I'd get it focused with the Batenoff mask, start taking images, probably 4 or 5 images later, the focus would start moving. Wasn't really temperature. I think the mirror on that SCT just kind of slides in, even though I made sure I focused turning it counterclockwise, so it was pushing up against the mirror. Didn't seem to fix it, so I knew I had to have some EAFing going on. So I looked around a Thingiverse, found some stuff I could print to make a makeshift EAF using one of the NEMA 11 or NEMA 14 motors that I had, and a 12-tooth pulley. I printed a pulley for the focuser knob, had to slide on from the front, so I had to take the focuser off to get the gear on. That's just not a simple operation of unscrewing it and putting it back on. You have to readjust the backlash and all that stuff, so it wasn't really fun, but I finally got it. But it took me about 3 nights to figure out the steps and the backlash. So FYI, if you use the same focuser I did on this telescope, your steps end up being 900, which is a lot more than I thought, because on my other 2 telescopes it's like around 90 to 80. But I couldn't figure it out, but I finally did the math and used star annotation in Nina. So got the stars annotated and started moving the focuser until all the stars were out of focus and it wouldn't detect any stars anymore. Then you take 80% of those steps, divide it by 4, and that gives you your steps. So that gave me around 800. I ended up using 900 to get the good focus curves. The big thing that took me a long time to figure out too was the backlash. It's a lot. And I guess that's not uncommon for SCT. So I ended up with 1200 steps of backlash. But now I get nice, pretty graphs consistently. And now we move to the next thing.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.
Alright, well here we are trying to fix my tilt. It's a losing operation. So my autofocus works great. I get good autofocus curves, but this aberration inspector, I have been trying for 2 nights to get it dialed in, and nothing I do helps. So tonight, here's my experiment. So I always get this, so apparently, it thinks my sensor is still way too far away. I have this bad curvature, so I don't know if there's anything I can do to fix my tilt right at the moment, because I really don't want to move my sensor much closer to the flattener, but maybe that'll have to happen sometime. Let me know in the comments if you have a way to figure this out. But I did, no matter what I did, adjusting the tilt with my tilt adjuster on my camera, I just could never get it. It was just always all over the place. So tonight I did a experiment. So I did 5 different runs of the aberration inspector. I didn't touch a thing, and it's just all over the place without even moving anything. So I think I'm stuck right now. Anyway, so My stars in the corners, they still, I mean, they look better. I still got some kind of pinched optic things going on here, but these two corners look okay when there's a star there. I don't know, as good as I can do right at the moment. Focuser works well. I have pretty good focus. I mean, you know, HFR of 2.35, that's not bad. Okay, well, that's all I got. Well, some things went good, some things not so much. So, you guys let me know down in the comments. Do you have any great ideas on sensor tilt, how I can fix that? Do Celestron flatteners just suck rocks? I don't know. I heard Star Arizona makes a good one, but I don't know if I can see myself paying more money for a flattener than I did for the whole telescope. Maybe it'd be worth it. I don't know. You guys have a lot more experience than I do, so let me know. Was it all worth it? I'll leave that up to you guys. Look at the pretty picture at the end of the video. Let me know what you think. Am I getting better? Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Like, share, subscribe if you can. I'll be talking to you later, and as always, clouds suck.